What's up, everyone? Mr. NoobTube Gamer. Today we're playing Call of Duty Black Ops 4 in 2024. The last good Call of Duty game, in my opinion. I know there are a lot of people that hated Black Ops 4, but I hated Modern Warfare 2019, Cold War, Modern Warfare 2, Vanguard. Yeah, it's not even close. Black Ops 4 is the last Call of Duty game to come out that was actually half decent. Definitely an unpopular opinion to have, but then again, maybe not, because there's still a lot of players in 2024. And with a variety of game modes, too. It's not just TDM, you also got Domination, you get some Hardpoint here and there, Search and Destroy. I have noticed the player count kind of declining over the past couple years. I think that just has to do with the fact that the game is on last gen and doesn't have crossplay. So in a lot of ways, it kind of lacks a lot of features that the newer Call of Duty games have, especially when we're talking about crossplay. But you know what? I'll say that if you're someone that's kind of tired of the way that the Call of Duty games have been lately, and especially like the Modern Warfare games, they all pretty much play exactly like one another. Even also Vanguard is just like Modern Warfare. And even Cold War, which kind of was a little bit going back to its roots, the skill-based matchmaking was so terrible that that killed the game completely. Like, the gameplay and all that stuff was fine, but SBMM as well as the streak system ruined Cold War completely. But with Black Ops 4, there is pretty much no skill-based matchmaking, especially with the smaller player base. But even back in its prime, didn't really have that. The microtransactions that people always hear about, how terrible they used to be terrible. They used to be worse than Black Ops 3's. But I think right around Modern Warfare 2019's release, they had the last big update for Black Ops 4, and it pretty much completely overhauled the microtransaction supply drop system to the point where you can get every single gun that you want with regular in-game progression. I have every gun that I could have possibly wanted in Black Ops 4. Black Ops 3, I don't have a single one, so it's definitely a lot better than Black Ops 3 in that regard. And it's also a unique experience, having the specialist system, which was in Black Ops 3, but it's definitely a lot more intense in Black Ops 4. It's also boots on the ground, so if you hated the jetpack shit from Black Ops 3 and Infinite Warfare, then you'll also like this game. It definitely, I think it has a little bit of elements of Overwatch in it, but in a Call of Duty setting. It plays like Call of Duty, it feels like Call of Duty, definitely more so than the games that we've had over the past 5 years. And it's just pure arcadey fun at its best. And that's what the Call of Duty series is all about. It's a casual, fun experience. Black Ops 4 definitely falls under that umbrella. If we're being honest, probably some of the most fun I've ever had in any Call of Duty game. Just the really high streaks you can go on, like cheesing the hell out of the specialist, but you get all these crazy streaks. The streaks are definitely some of the best that we ever had in Call of Duty between the sniper's nest and the strike team. You can just unleash full carnage in a lobby, and it's just great, man. It really is. It's still a lot of fun in 2024. Still a game I go back and play probably the most, just because even though obviously I like Black Ops 1 the best, and I like Modern Warfare 2, the original, not the new one, and all these other games, but as far as like player count and it being more accessible because it's on a newer console, even though it's not the newest, but it's definitely a lot easier, especially if you're on PlayStation, because, you know, the 360 games are backwards compatible on the One and the Series X, but if you're trying to play, like, the old PS3 CODs and you're a PlayStation guy, you gotta stick with the old PS3. So I think it's great, you know, with Black Ops 4, you can play on the PlayStation 4, PlayStation 5, Xbox One, Xbox Series X, and you still have a pretty decently sized community. Like I said, it has declined over the past couple of years, but that is to be expected as a game gets older, as a new generation comes in. There's no single-player campaign. I'm sure most people don't really give a shit about that, though. Like, people made a huge stink about that, but nobody plays the COD campaigns. When I say nobody, obviously there are people that do, but a very, very small minority of the community. And by the way, like, there are a lot of games that probably would have been better off without one, like Black Ops 3. That campaign was terrible. It was better off having zero campaign than what they gave us with that. Zombies, the community isn't really very strong over there because people didn't like Black Ops 4 zombies. Most people are still playing Black Ops 3. That seems to be the most as far as like the classic Call of Duty zombies. There's definitely a lot of people still with BO3, but not so much with BO4. And then with the Blackout Battle Royale, which I'm sure people were curious about that as well, it's dead. You can't find shit. I've tried so many different times at different times of the day, different days of the week, can't find jack shit. So, yeah, if you're curious about Blackout, you're pretty much out of luck because there is zero player base there. Especially, on PC. You won't even find a regular multiplayer match on PC, never mind Blackout. I remember, like, even, like, a few months after Blackout came out, it was already dead on PC. PC COD is just so dead in general. Only recently has it not been because of crossplay, but before crossplay, the PC Call of Duty games always had no players and was always the worst version of the game to play. And that definitely stands true when we're talking about Black Ops 4. So definitely stick with the Xbox One or PlayStation 4 version, or don't buy the game at all. Like, you're better off not buying it at all than playing it on PC. Trust me on that. And I also still never really ran into any hackers in this game. Black Ops 3 is a game that's notorious for having a serious cheating problem for so many years, and it's gotten only worse over time. Black Ops 4, I haven't run into a single cheater in the 5 years that I played this game. But this is definitely the Call of Duty game that I would probably recommend the most in 2024. It's one of the most played classic Call of Duty games because of how recently it came out, at least compared to like the really old games. The specialist system is actually a lot of fun, and even the manual healing and the long time to kill, the other stuff that people complained about, I had no problem with it. I thought it was actually a breath of fresh air, and overall just a really good experience. One more thing I will say, though. Do not buy the Black Ops 4 Season Pass. Usually I say go for it if you just have the money to drop, even though they're really expensive, like all the Call of Duty DLC. But occasionally they go on sale, and it may be worth it. Like, definitely with Black Ops 1, just for the zombies content alone, and the multiplayer maps for that game are incredible for DLC. And most of them really have really good DLC. Black Ops 4 is probably the worst DLC of all time. The maps are complete shit. I hate the DLC. I don't know why I bought it, just because I wanted to have the complete experience, and I honestly didn't do any research into it. I assumed the DLC for Black Ops 4 would have been as good as, like, Black Ops 3, Black Ops 2, Black Ops 1, which makes sense because they're all Black Ops games, but no. No, 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 no. The DLC is complete shit. Do not touch with a 10-foot pole. So yeah, I think I pretty much covered everything, though. Please give this game a chance if you haven't played it already. Keep an open mind, because I know people shun the game so much. And I heard all the negative reviews, too, when it came out, and that's why I didn't play it until a year after release, when Modern Warfare 2019 came out. I was excited for Modern Warfare 2019 and ended up playing Black Ops 4 a lot more because I hated Modern Warfare and loved BO4. I'd consider BO4, honestly, a top 5 Call of Duty of all time. Definitely, like, number 5, but still, I think it's in the conversation. So, yeah, I think, definitely don't listen to what everyone else says. Try it for yourself. I think you might actually be very surprised.